Hi everyone, in today's video I will show you how to use sshfs to mount a remote file system on Linux. So in order to do it, we have to go into terminal, so I will press on show apps and go into terminal right here. And first of all, we need to make sure that our SSH is installed, because it is required to use sshfs. So how to do it? We have to type in the command sudo systemctl status ssh, and we have to press enter and type in our password, of course. And as you can see, unit ssh service could not be found. That means we have to install our ssh, and we can do it by typing the command sudo apt-install openssh-server like this, and we have to press enter, and we have to wait a bit. We have to press Y. Do you want to continue? Yes. Y press stands for yes, basically, and we have to wait for our SSH to be installed. And right now we have to activate or enable SSH, because most of the time it is not activated by default. So sudo systemctl enable minus now, because we want to do it now, and ssh. We'll press enter, and right now I will make sure if everything is okay by typing in again the command systemctl status ssh. As you can see, my ssh is enabled, active, running, so everything is fine. Now we can clear that. And right now we have to install the second thing. The second thing is sshfs. You can check if you have that on your computer by typing in sshfs minus version. As you can see, command is not found, but can be installed with sudo apt-install sshfs. So we will use that command. So sudo apt-install sshfs. Again, we have to wait a bit. And right now we will check that again. As you can see, right now it is installed sshfs version 3.7.3. We can clear that. And the last thing that we need to make sure, because before we'll move on to the to mounting the remote file system, is our IP address, because we will use something that is basically that almost looks like SSH, so we need to know our IP address. My IP address is right there. We can use this command to display that. It's very important that if you are doing it on the virtual machine like me, you have to change your network adapter from NAT to bridge adapter, because without bridge adapter it basically won't work. How can you know if you have a bridge adapter? If you have IP address like this, that's 99% that you have bridge adapter. If you have IP address that starts with 10.0.0. something, that means you are on the NAT adapter, and you have to close the virtual machine, go into settings, and change that. And now we can move on to mounting. How can we do it? I will mount basically from my system to my system, because I don't have a second virtual machine. I don't have a second computer to show you that. So I will basically mount from my one folder to other folder on my computer using this IP address. So we first of all will create a remote directory. So for example, something like this. In the home section, remote_source. I think it will be fine. And inside this folder, I will create a file from remote. We will basically mount this folder into another folder. So I will create like this, and remote_and source. Yes, I made a mistake, because I created that in the home section, so I have to do it like this, and I have to type in the name of our file, of course, so text.txt, for example, and it is working fine, we can list that. So we'll list the remote source. As you can see, test.txt is inside. So I can clear that maybe. And right now we have to create our mount point. So I will create a mount point basically with the same commands mkdir and remount, for example, mount. I will press enter, and right now I will remind myself an IP address, and we can move on to the mounting. As you can see, right now our remote mount is empty. It is very important because after I will mount this, the first folder, it will have the mount. As you can see, it is empty. After the mounting, it will have the file basically from this remote source. So now we can move on. We have to use sshfs, and right now the syntax is almost the same as in the normal SSH. So we have to type in our username. For me it's test_pl. For you it will be different, of course. And if you are doing it with a different computer, you have to type in the username of the user from the different computer that you want to basically connect to. So same with SSH, and right now IP address. And for me it will be my IP address, but for you it will be, I guess, the IP address of the other person that we want to connect with. So it is like this, and right now we have to do something like this, and right now we have to set the basically path to the folder with our things that we want to mine. So to this folder, to remote source. So home test_pl and remote _source. And right now we have to use this and type in the our mount point basically. So it is the remote mount folder. So we can do it like this, or we can do it basically, we don't need the whole directory. Like right here we can use remote and mount like this. And right now, if I didn't make any mistake, it should work. I will press enter, and as you can see, it is almost the same as in SSH. So you have to create your fingerprint in order to create a public and private key. So I will type in yes, I will type in my password, and we don't have errors, so everything worked fine, I guess. We can check right now our remote mount. It was empty before, but right now it is filled with our test.txt file. We can again maybe display that file, mount like this, and test.txt. As you can see, file from remote. And that's basically how you can mount. And how can we unmount it? We can use the command fuser mount -u and the path to our mount point. So for me it will be remote _mount. I will press enter, and right now if I will use again list remote _mount, as you can see it is empty, and it was filled with this file before. So our basically unmount went well and worked fine. And that's basically how you can use sshfs to mount and unmount file system on Linux. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.